Powell just dropped the signal. The Fed chair stood in Jackson Hole to quietly confirm what Trump's inner circle has been hinting at. The old order of finance is collapsing, and America is preparing to rewire the system around digital assets. You won't hear this on CNN. 1. Powell opened the door to rate cuts. Not because the Fed wants to, but because the system is breaking. Job growth is cooling, tariffs are spiking inflation, and the labor market is wobbling. Translation: the elites know the dollar in its current form is unsustainable. Liquidity injections are coming. 2. He called this a challenging situation. Inflation persists, tariffs, supply shocks, employment is weakening. The Fed must rebalance. This is code. When the Fed says rebalance, it means they are preparing new rails to carry the global dollar system. 3. The biggest shift: Powell announced a return to flexible inflation targeting. What's that mean? No more crazy experiments. No more artificial makeup policies. Instead, a pivot back to anchored, rules-based systems. The very architecture Ripple has been building into ISO 20022 rails. 4. Tariffs equals Powell's excuse. Digital ID plus blockchain rails equals the solution. When Treasury demands every DeFi smart contract have ID checks already announced, and Powell calls for new frameworks, they're telegraphing the integration of crypto into compliance-ready rails. And the only chain with the credentials: XRP Ledger. 5. Markets reacted instantly. Stocks surged. Odds of a September rate cut hit 85% plus. Wall Street cheered because they see the Fed flipping dovish. But here's the twist: retail thinks this is good for stocks. In reality, it's prep for tokenized assets like bonds, ETFs, IPOs, all flowing on-chain. 6. What this means for assets: BTC, the digital gold narrative strengthens, but it won't run the rails. ETH, chained by its own gas fees and lack of compliance. XRP, neutral bridge asset, ISO-ready, designed for high-speed liquidity that fits Powell's rebalanced future. This wasn't about Bitcoin, it was about XRP. 7. Trump's fingerprints are all over this. He's been pressuring Powell to cut rates, not just to juice the economy, but to weaken the Fed's grip and usher in America's crypto capital era. Trump is aligning with Ripple's rails. Powell just gave the nod.